All right, what's up, everyone? I'm back with another video. A video I promised you guys that I would do on my last video. At the end of it, I said I got this magazine the other day, the Pro Wrestling Illustrated year-end awards one, right? That's the big one each year, the one that a lot of collectors always looked forward to. They always enjoyed to see who was going to win what awards. And unfortunately, thanks to the internet, I found out who won the awards before this magazine even came out. But it didn't matter. I still buy it because I like magazines. That's the whole point of this. So this is the 2023 year awards for who had the best abilities in the last year to achieve such greatness in their categories, right? Let's take a look here and see what we saw. Rookie of the Year went to Sol Ruca, who I believe is an NXT superstar. And if you look at the runner-ups here, they're all women, all lady wrestlers for Rookie of the Year. I think that might be a first that I've ever seen that. What do we got here? Most Improved Wrestler of the Year went to LA Knight, followed by Julia Hart, Trick Williams, and Sonata. LA Knight seems like a reach to me. I don't think he improved at all. He's still the same LA Knight that he's been for the last 3 years in the WWE. It's just he has more popularity this year than ever before. And I think fans are confusing improving with popularity here because he hasn't improved. He's still the same. He does the same stuff. Comeback of the Year went to Trinity, who of course is back in the WWE now as Naomi. And runners up were Saraya, Adam Cole, and Trish Stratus. But Trinity left the WWE like 2 years ago with Sasha Banks and ended up going to Impact Wrestling, which is now TNA, won their Knockouts women's title, and had a good showing there. And she also is in support of Scott D'Amore. Even being with the WWE, she's still in support of what happened with TNA and Scott D'Amore, so that's pretty cool. Inspirational Wrestler of the Year went to Mark Briscoe, followed by Cody Rhodes, Richard Holiday, and Mickie James. Okay, I get it. Mark's brother, Jay, passed away last January. But I feel like this is a very, very, and this might be, might rub people the wrong way, but I don't feel Mark should have got this award. Inspirational how? He's still wrestling. Was he not supposed to wrestle because Jay passed away? I feel like this was some sort of slated award for him. I just don't get it. Like, it's okay, it's cool Mark won an award, but I don't know. I feel it probably out of pity, and I know that might rub people the wrong way, but that's what I feel. Most Popular Wrestler of the Year went to Cody Rhodes, with LA Knight as first runner-up, just out 1%. LA Knight came in at 26%, Cody Rhodes 27%. We got MJF and Sami Zayn as well in the runner-up category. Cody Rhodes right now, like I said, hugely popular. He can do no wrong with the WWE fans, and let's hope that at WrestleMania things will be beneficial for that if Cody wins the big one. No surprise here, Most Hated Wrestler of the Year, Dominic Mysterio with 52%, followed by Christian Cage, Roman Reigns, and surprisingly, CM Punk. And CM Punk now is a big-time babyface who's loved in the WWE. Feud of the Year was Sami Zayn versus The Bloodline, with CM Punk versus AEW, Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar, and Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus as the runners-up. Sami and The Bloodline, I guess it was a good feud. I don't know if it should be Feud of the Year. The feud only lasted from January to, May, maybe? But I guess. Indie Wrestler of the Year went to Matt Cardona, with Steph DeLander, Ali Catch, and Brian Keith as the runner-ups. The only one I really know there is Cardona, who used to be Zack Ryder in the WWE. Match of the Year went to Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, with Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre as a runner-up, followed by Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega, and MJF versus Bryan Danielson. Those two, of course, AEW matches. Tag Team of the Year went to the AEW Tag Team FTR, second year in a row for them to win it, followed by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Better Than You, Baby, which is Adam Cole and MJF, and, of course, the Usos. The Judgment Day won Faction of the Year with 48%, followed by Blackpool Combat Club, The Bloodline, and Bullet Club Gold. And last but not least here, just two left, I forgot. Women of the Year, Rhea Ripley, 50% won that one, followed by Toni Storm, Bianca Belair, and Athena. Now, here we go, the last one is Wrestler of the Year, Seth freaking Rollins with 27% won that, followed by Gunther, Will Ospreay, and MJF. And we also get the Stanley Weston Award, which goes to Sting, who is retiring in about a month's time, as well as Nancy Benoit, who used to be woman in professional wrestling. Yeah, so there it is. That is the awards for 2023. Now, I guess some, does make sense. The Judgment Day definitely should have won that award for Faction of the Year. They've really stepped up their game, and now adding R-Truth to the mix for the comedic relief of it, unfortunately, almost feels like a complete carbon copy of when the Bloodline added Sami Zayn. But I feel the R-Truth thing plays out better. It's just funnier, and I think it's going to end. I could be wrong, but this is how I see it going. At WrestleMania, I believe Finn Balor and Damian Priest will lose their undisputed tag team titles to the Awesome Truth. I think R-Truth and The Miz are going to win the tag titles at WrestleMania off Priest and Balor. I just got that feeling that's where they're going with this, and I'd be okay with that if they do. That would be cool. As for Damian Priest Money in the Bank thing, I don't know what they're going to do with that. I just can't see. I know he won't cash it in over on SmackDown, that's for sure, but on Roman. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff I don't understand about that. If Seth Rollins is as injured as they say he is, why wouldn't they have just had Priest cash in on him now to get the belt off him? Like, I don't know. It just, something seems fishy with this whole situation with Priest and that Money in the Bank briefcase. I starting to wonder when the time comes he cashes in, if he just won't be victorious, and it'll be like a situation like Baron Corbin or Damian Sandow, where they cash in and they don't win. They end up losing. So that is possible too. So yeah, that is the 2023 year-end awards for Pro Wrestling Illustrated. This magazine, as a kid, was one of my favorites. I remember the first one I got was the 1989 year-end awards for PWI, and I was hooked. That was such a cool magazine, a cool concept. It was like bigger than most because they pack a lot in these year-end awards for you. And it's great that they're still doing it. It's great that it's still continuing on, and that and yes, the votes are real. In a world that is, well, I don't like using the word fake in pro wrestling. Scripted. In a world that is scripted with pro wrestling, us wrestling fans can take some solace here in knowing that when you vote for the Pro Wrestling Illustrated year-end awards, those are legit votes. Bill Apter, I believe, stated it before, and it's been talked about many times by people who worked for PWI. Apparently, they do count the votes that come in, and they base it on that, which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool that, as a wrestling fan, your vote matters. Probably more so than a political vote nowadays, right? With how the world works with voting for politics. But It's crazy to think that your votes matter when it comes to Pro Wrestling Illustrated and these year-end awards for the superstars and pro wrestlers out there. So that is very cool. So keep that in mind out there if you do collect these magazines or you ever wanted to vote for your favorite wrestler in the categories that they're in, that the PWI does actually count the votes. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe if you were an LA Knight fan and you would have voted in, he would have outbeat Cody Rhodes for most popular wrestler, right? There was only 1% difference there. So it all comes down to the votes and how many is coming in for said individual. And if you're a fan of that person, you may as well do it. I unfortunately don't do it, and the reason why is because I'm Canadian, and I don't really feel like sending my, like, I don't know, like, I just don't want to send it to the States. I have a feeling it'll probably cost extra to even to send a letter to the States with the way the postal system, man, I can't even talk right now. The way the postal system works, there it is. Yeah, so I don't know if you can hear this. So I live in like an apartment / condo, whatever you want. They call it condos. I call it an apartment, but I live like near the washer and dryer section of in the building. And for some reason today they've tore it all apart. They took out the washer and dryer and they're redoing the floor and they're banging and smashing and hitting and thumping. And I can hear it at times. I don't know if it's going to pick up on this, but yeah, it's kind of distracting me. So, but yeah, that's the year-end award for 2023. And I am going to go through a video again. I think I did one like one of the first one of like my first videos I ever did. I think I did a year, like a history of the year end for like the older ones. I forget if I included the newer style ones, but I don't know. I feel a little more confident at what I'm doing now with this than I did, 6 months ago, because I just started doing it then, and I wasn't really sure how I was gonna go about this. Because it was new to me, and I wasn't sure, how the connection would be with you people watching, and it's grown a lot. Like I sorry here to ramble, but I noticed ever since I posted my Billy Jack Haynes video I did like a few days ago, I went from like 419 subscribers, I think, to like 435 or something. So maybe it's just the whole Billy Jack Haynes news story is coming up in people's YouTube recommendations because of what happened, and they're seeing my video. I don't know if that's the case. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing, and I'm really appreciate that. And all the people who've been leaving comments, thanks. And I'm glad I'm getting back to you guys, and it's fun. And I know some of you guys even have followed me on Instagram and on my Facebook page. So that's pretty cool too. Again, shout outs to all of you who've done it. Thank you so much. So yeah, I think the next video I'm going to do, I'm going to at least go back and look at everything from this one. This here, the one with Brock Lesnar on it, who we're not allowed to ever talk about again, apparently. This is the first year-end award magazine I bought in 2015 since like 2003, I think it was. So I will go back. I'll take all these newer PWI year-end awards. We'll go through them, take a look at things in them, and check out maybe who won, certain awards like Wrestler of the Year or such, right? It might be kind of neat to take a look back and see how things have changed in 10 years. So I'll do that on the next video. So until I do my next one, I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, and right now out there in the newsstands is this magazine. So pick it up if you want to have the year-end award magazine in your collection, or just start collecting these magazines. Do so. I mean, it's $9.99. It's not that bad. It's $10. You get a lot for that. And it's just a really enjoyable magazine, these year-end awards. I didn't even touch everything that's in there. There's so much more. And I will get into that when I do the next video showing like the last 10 years of these. So you can see inside everything that the year-end award magazine that PWI can give us for our entertainment. All right, on that note, I'll talk to you guys later.